how I became a full-time trader, how day trading changed my life in the last 4.5 years. You've seen me post taking multiple challenges at a time, passing the challenges, documenting the journey, documenting me getting payouts, documenting the process of getting payouts, documenting me depositing into a live account, documenting me taking the first trades on that account, getting the first withdrawals, getting the second, fourth, fifth. So I just graduated 6 months early at 17, didn't take my SADs, and I didn't want to have a job. All I knew is I wanted to be my own boss. I wanted to work for myself. I just didn't know how. But I would remember there was this one specific trade. This one specific trade changed everything. If it wasn't for this trade, I don't know if I would be here. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video. For the people that are watching this on the day that this is uploaded, happy Labor Day. I hope you enjoyed the day. And for the people that are watching this anytime after this, I still hope you had a good day. I hope you had a productive day, and I hope you made the best of today, because at the end of the day, you don't have long. Even though we may have 80, 90 more years, some of us may even have 40 to 50 more years. We never know. We need to take advantage of every day. Time is the one thing that we're never going to get back. We can make money. We can lose money. We can get all these things back. We can lose cars, we can get apartments, lose apartments, houses, clothes, anything materialistic we can get back. The one thing we can't get back is time. So make sure you spend it with the people you love, and make sure you spend your time efficiently, because once it's gone, you're not getting it back. But today I want to talk to you guys about how I became a full-time trader, how day trading changed my life in the last 4.5 years. And time is moving fast, I ain't gonna lie. The fact that I'm moving out of this apartment that I just moved into about 12 months ago, and I'm already about to move, crazy. And as you guys know, the apartments I've been looking at, I know where I'm gonna go next, and it's gonna be crazy. The time I've been putting in, the effort I've been putting in, the work I've been putting in is gonna pay off. Do you know why? It's gonna pay off because I've been patient and I've had a plan. I'm staring at my whiteboard right now. For the people that don't know the whiteboard, you can go back to one of my older videos. It's called the $1 Million Plan. My plan to make $1 million by 22, and I'm 22 right now. And honestly, I'm not that close yet, but I'm getting closer every single day. And I know I can get there by the end of this year by putting in the work daily, because I've seen how far I've come with my trading, with my groups, with my social medias, with my content. Everything that I'm doing, everything that I planned is working. The plan is working, and I'm looking at it, and I'm just reflecting on everything that I've done in the last couple of months. Because for the people that have been around for a little bit, you've seen the progress. You've seen me post every single day. You've seen me post taking multiple challenges at a time, passing the challenges, documenting the journey, documenting me getting payouts, documenting the process of getting payouts, documenting me depositing into a live account, documenting me taking the first trades on that account, getting the first withdrawals, getting the second, fourth, fifth, sixth withdrawal. I've documented it all. For the people that are new, I have hundreds of videos for you to go check out. If you want the proof, it's all in there. But I want to talk about where it all started. So I started trading at 17 years old, and I started trading in 2020, the year of COVID. COVID was one of those times where I didn't really know what I was going to do. I was 17 years old, and I just graduated high school. I graduated 6 months early because we had to get out early. I say around March 2020, that's when I stopped going to school. That's when school said, okay, everything's going to be online. And at that point, online, it wasn't really school anymore. I could just look everything up online. It wasn't the same environment. It wasn't the same. I essentially was still doing online school, but it wasn't school at the end of the day. So I graduated 6 months early, and I was also 17. I was young as already. I think I started kindergarten when I was 5. So I ended up in 12th grade at 17 years old. So I just graduated 6 months early at 17, didn't take my SADs, and I didn't want to have a job. All I knew is I wanted to be my own boss. I wanted to work for myself. I just didn't know how. I remember in like 10th grade or 9th grade, I tried drop shipping. I tried YouTube multiple years. Like before this channel, like I'm not even gonna say I blew up. Before I started getting a little bit of views, like on the channel that you guys are watching me on right now, I've had 10, 15 different channels, gaming channels, little vlog channels when I was younger. That was like one of the first things I did when it came to entrepreneurship. That's why content kind of comes second nature, because I've been doing it for so long. So once I graduated high school, I essentially had to figure something out. I think at the time I wasn't working at the time of COVID. I was either working valet. I think I was working valet at the time of when COVID hit. But once COVID hit, valet stopped. There was no more working. I was just unemployed. And at that point, I had nothing. The only thing I had was time. I was home all day, couldn't go nowhere. All I had was time. And you know what I did? I was on YouTube, just watching stuff all day long. And what happened? Like I told you guys, I tried drop shipping, I've tried YouTube. So I've watched videos in the past on like my YouTube account. So what happened was I got suggested videos. I think I got suggested videos from like trading. One thing led to the next. I'm watching one video led to two, led to three, led to four, led to five, led to me downloading MetaTrader 4, led to me downloading TradingView, led to me trying to find a broker. One thing led to the next, and I'm over here trying to figure out, what can I do to make money trading? Because the first thing that I found was the lifestyle. I didn't find trading from the charts. I found trading from watching people documenting their life, them moving in apartments, driving nice cars, having jewelry. I got sucked into the lifestyle marketing of it because I seen a life that I wanted. But then once I realized it was trading, that's when they all pivoted. That's when I started watching the chart videos. I started watching how to trade, how to read candlesticks, best patterns, all these little things as a beginner, the best broker to use, every single thing, best Forex pairs, best time to trade, all these different things. I was just watching video after video after video after video, just back to back. During COVID, I had nothing but time. I was just watching videos all day long. I would wake up, go to sleep, watching videos, wake up, watch videos just all day long, just intaking. And then it got to a point, I was still 17 at the time. So I say maybe a couple months went by and I tried to get my grandma to open a Forex account because I was under 18. I wasn't 18 yet, but I wanted to try to make money. I said, fuck demo. I wanted to try to deposit live money to try to make money because I had no job and I wanted to make money. This was my way out. This was how I was gonna get rich. I got sucked into that portion of it. And yes, it's bad to say that's what led me into trading, but it led a lot of people into trading. If that didn't happen, I wouldn't be here right now. This is as simple as that. Everything happens for a reason. But from that point, I got an account. I think I deposited $1,000 because I had money still saved. I had no bills. I was still living with my parents. So the money that I had saved from working, just be doing valet and all that, I had like $1,000. That was probably the only money I had. I don't exactly remember how much money I had. I put that into account. I tried to trade it. All I know is that money ended up gone. But before the account like got blown, there was a time. I think I was already, the account was probably down a couple $100. The $1,000 account was probably at $700 or $500. But I would remember there was this one specific trade. This one specific trade changed everything. If it wasn't for this trade, I don't know if I would be here. This trade changed my mindset on everything. It showed me what was possible. It showed me what I could do from my phone, online, with a skill set, just with the understanding of being able to read charts, being able to understand how to run it, how to manage risk, and having a system that I follow on a daily basis. I took a specific trade. I don't remember why I got in the trade. I was still early on. The reasoning to get in the trade probably isn't something I would take nowadays, but at the time, this is still the trade that changed everything. I took a trade. It was during London session. It was probably around 10 o'clock at night. It wasn't even London session. It was pre-London session. I took a trade in my bed and I just went to sleep. No, nothing. Like I wasn't saying this was smart, but this is what happened. And I woke up. But when I woke up, I went to get my phone. I checked my phone. I went to MetaTrader 4 and I was up $300. I was up like $324. So that count that was at like $500 or $700 got back up like 300, and that was a lot at the time. That was the biggest trade ever. That was the most I've ever seen, more than likely, because I had no TP and I had no stop loss, more than likely. But then I closed that trade and it showed me what I could do. $300. All I did was sleep. I slept and woke up to $300. Now, even though I probably lost that money, that trade changed it all. It changed my perspective on everything. From that point on, I was hooked in. From that point on, no matter how much money I lost, no matter how much failure I had, I wasn't going to stop until I became successful. I wasn't going to stop until I make this a consistent way of me making money. And trust me, it took way longer than I thought. I've had multiple jobs before I went full-time as a trader. I remember I was working at UPS. No, I was working under the table. Because from this point, once I lost the money, I needed more money, right? I had no job. I think I was on unemployment, but unemployment was only so much. So I went and got an under the table job with my uncle. And I was just working under the table, working like 8 hours a day. I was working from 6 in the morning to around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But the one thing that was very beneficial, 9:30 a.m. was my break. So I would have a break every morning at 9:30. And at 9:30, I would then go to the charts on my phone, go to the car, wherever I would be. And I would just try to trade. That was my time to trade. And that's around the time that I started my free community where I can like trade with other people. Because the one thing about trading 2-3 years ago for me, 4 years ago at this point, I didn't have a lot of people around me that traded. I have a lot of people now, but that's because I've built a community that is with like-minded individuals. We have people that are actually on the same mission. I wanted to build that. And this was way back then, maybe probably had 50 people in there, but we would just talk about the charts. I would send my trade ideas. We would just talk about it all in that stuff. And that was every day. I worked there and I would trade like that for months, just trading US 30, watching videos, listening to podcasts while I'm at work. It was working at a warehouse just under the table. But then it came to a point where I realized I needed more time. I needed at least to have an hour to sit there and actually analyze what was happening. Just having 15 minutes a day to look at the charts isn't enough, because if I miss something, then I miss it. I couldn't just be on my phone for an hour. I couldn't do that. So I realized I have to switch this out. So I ended up taking the risk of going from working under the table to working an actual job. So there was no more unemployment and I was working less hours. That was the thing. So I was taking a job where I was working less hours, getting paid less, and there was no more unemployment. It was a risk, but the main thing I needed my mornings free so that I can actually trade, so I can actually be at my computer and trade and do what I needed to and actually analyze the chart, be able to live trade with the people, be able to show them what I'm doing, all of this stuff I couldn't do just from my phone working at a warehouse. The internet was bad enough as is, and it's a phone. I just can't do it. So I took the risk. I went from working 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, to working 4 to 5 hours a day, 4 days a week. I was making significantly less, but I had the mornings and I had the time now. Like I told you guys earlier, time is one thing we can't get back. Time is one thing that is very valuable. So I had the time. Once I had the time, I can actually start learning. I can actually journal, right? I can actually diligently watch the charts, wake up early, look at what's happening before, wake up before the charts, maybe go to the gym now. This is where my daily routine really started to get better, because I had a daily routine that I would follow every single day. I would wake up in the morning, I would trade. I would wake up before I trade. I would wake up, go outside, just kind of be with my dog, look at the sun. I would just wake up. I would have the time to do it now. I wasn't waking up and going straight to work. I wasn't waking up at 6 a.m. and just having to leave right away. I could wake up, actually sit there, breathe, let my mind wake up, and then I would then trade. I would trade, then I would go to the gym. Once I'm done the gym, I would come home, I would study, I would do anything on YouTube, and then from there, then I would go to the job at UPS. From there at UPS, I would work for 4 to 5 hours, come home, I would come home, do my daily range case study, because I would get home at around 11 to 12 a.m. So at that point, the whole day is done. Then once the whole day is done, I would basically do a daily range case study. And for anybody that's been around on the channel, the daily range case studies are on the YouTube channel. Go back 2 years, 3 years ago, you will see the daily range case studies on the YouTube channel. I will record the daily range case study. I would basically just go over what I'm looking at, go over what happened the entire day, and I would journal it. It was basically a journal to myself. I wasn't getting no views doing it. It was just me doing it for myself. Before the vlogs, before anything, it's me doing the videos for myself. You can go see them though. I think there's probably 100 something videos. Every single day I was doing it. It was just part of my daily routine. Wake up, trade, go to the gym, then I would come back, study, then I would go to work and then do the daily range case study, then go to sleep, repeat every single day for months. And that's when I was seeing the most success. That's when I made 30K in a month, back to back to back. I had like $90,000. And at that point, that's when I started having the idea of trying to move. That's when I moved to Florida. And then once I moved to Florida, that's when I quit my job. Once I had the money saved from doing the same thing every day, this is why I stress having a daily routine, because I actually done it. I went from not having a daily routine, not seeing no results, to having a daily routine that's building me in every way possible and seeing the results monetarily, body-wise, mentally, everything. I've seen the results. I've been in both situations. And keep listening, because this is when things actually get more interesting. So at this point, this is when I'm looking to move to Florida. I had a lot of money saved. I'm still not seeing no success on YouTube. At this point, I'm not really even focused on YouTube because I'm having money now. I can actually go do things, making money trading. I'm just active with the free community, not really doing anything. People were asking to like charge mentorship. I probably had like 1 or 2 people that were asking me like to actually I charged to be able to teach them, just because it requires time. At the end of the day, your time is money. I'm not going to be able to sit there and teach you how to trade every day for no money. That's why I don't like to mentor people, because I don't got the time for it. It takes a lot of time to be able to teach you a skill. It's not something that we're going to talk about and you're just going to learn it after 2 days, after 3 days, even after a month. It takes time. I can't be there for you every single day, all day long. It's not worth it. It's not worth it for me. Unless you're going to give me $100,000, it doesn't make sense. But at the time, that was something that I was trying out. So I was trying that, made a little bit of money there, but it wasn't enough to really give me a lifestyle at the end of the day. There was nobody knew me at this time. If we're being honest, nobody knew who I was. So it was just me trading, doing my thing. That's when I moved to Florida. But the thing that happened when I moved to Florida is I lost a job. I didn't lose it. I just didn't want it no more. I had enough money. I didn't want to work. To be realistic, I was ready to go full time. I was ready to have the lifestyle in Florida. I was ready to get a car, ready to have like a nice apartment, had that lifestyle. I wanted to be young, be on my own. This was the first time I was going to live on my own, moving out of my parents' house for the first time. So I left. Now I'm in Florida by myself. Responsibilities. I don't know how to cook. I got to eat every day. I have bills for the first time. And another thing, I drove my car out there. I had a Chevy Impala 2007. That was my first car. I had it, bought cash. I didn't have no payments. It was just my car. I took it out there. Cool car, but I wanted something better. I had the money for it. That's one thing that I didn't realize at the time. I had money to live out there, but I ended up going through it way faster than I realized. Because mind you, this is the first time that I'm going through it. First time with bills, first time with expenses, first time with everything. So I always tell you guys, you got to go through it to learn it. You're going to have to learn it the hard way sometime. And what the story is going to get to, I had to learn it the hard way. So I get a new car. That's when I got my Mercedes. I put $10,000 down and I was paying $599 a month because it was my first car that I financed. I was 19 years old, so I was under 21. I was very young. It was my first, this is when I first got on my own insurance, because once I left Philadelphia and I moved to Tampa, I got off my parents' insurance when it came to the car. I got my own insurance, so I was getting taxed, and this was my first finance car. So I got hit with a little bit of a hefty price, but in my opinion, I had a good credit score, so I was able to get it for an okay price. It wasn't horrible. My car was maybe $40,000. Nothing crazy. I probably lost money on the car now, in all reality, within the last like 3 years, just because the market and everything, but it is what it is. The car, I didn't get it as an asset. I got it to get me from A to B. You know what I mean? It's not a crazy AMG. This is an A to B car. But that's when I got the car. But what is that? That's an expense that I didn't have before. That's going to require money every single day. And I knew that, but I didn't realize if I'm having all these expenses, I move out here to a nice apartment. I was paying $2,200 for a 1-bedroom by myself, plus a $600 car essentially. That's almost $3,000 a month in rent. I still got to eat. So the money that I had saved was cool, but it could only last so long. If I go through a bad trading period now, which was possible because this is the only way that I make money, what's going to happen? I didn't know yet. I didn't know what I was in for. I didn't know what it was going to be like to need money, to try to make money trading, because this is my way of making money through funded accounts, through having a little like personal accounts. I wouldn't have like crazy personal accounts at the time. The main thing I had was like FTMO funded accounts, and I would be able to make a little bit of money there. Personal accounts, I would really do personal account flips. I would never really deposit a lot of money and try to trade it consistently just because it didn't work. I would try to deposit $100, risk $100. I'll put like $1,000, risk $100 a trade and make a little bit of money here that will be able to sustain me. You don't need a lot of money to be able to live. If you can make $3,000, $4,000 a month, you can afford a lifestyle by yourself. That's one thing I want you guys to understand. You don't need to make $10,000 a month to live on your own. If you can make consistently $4,000 to $5,000, $3,000 to $4,000, that's enough to live by yourself on your own. You know, you're not gonna have a great lifestyle, but you're not gonna have a job. And sometimes that's what you need. Sometimes that's the risk that you want to take. And that's me. That's something I would personally do. So at this time, I have a lot of expenses, and I start going through trading periods where I'm not really making money. I start going through the periods of not even wanting to trade. I had enough money in my bank account to where I could wake up and I didn't need a trade to make money. I didn't need a trade to make money this month to pay rent. I had the money. So this is when I started learning I was getting comfortable. I didn't realize I was getting comfortable, but hindsight, this is when I was getting comfortable. I started just going out, eating when I wanted to, just basically enjoying the fruits of my labor. And that's cool, but it's cool to an extent. You can't do it every single day. You still gotta stay focused. This is the time that I should have been locked in. This is the time that I should have went full force with the YouTube videos, went full force with the communities, went full force with trying to educate people, but I didn't. I was being selfish, and I was just trying to enjoy the life. And I'm still like 19, 20 at the time. So I was still very young, just trying to experience life, just enjoy it type of thing. So once we get to that point, I start going through money. It goes 6 months, 8 months go by, and I'm just going through money essentially. Not winning trading, losing money trading, blowing funded accounts, spending money on challenges, trying to get funded. These are all expenses that is very expensive. And for anybody, this was at the time when I was trading FTMO. You guys know how expensive FTMO challenges. If I'm spending $400, $500, 4 challenges a month, that adds up. Plus the $3,000 in bills, plus I gotta eat. That's spending almost $5,000 to $6,000 a month. How long can you do that sustainably with no other incomes besides trading? It's not gonna be easy. So this is when we got to the point of me realizing, damn, what's going on? So I had to realize maybe I need to get a job. Maybe I need to get a way of getting money because I need some sustainability. I can't keep spending money that I don't have to put into trading, which is a business that needs money to make money. So if I don't have money, how am I going to make money trading? It's a business where you need money coming in. If you have money coming in, you can afford to have funded accounts. You can afford to fund your live account. You get what I'm saying? I didn't have the money coming in no more. And no matter how good of a trader I was, if you fuck up during those periods, if you don't have discipline, if you over leverage and over trade, a few bad mistakes could blow your account. And if you blow your account and have no money saved, now what? So 6 to 12 months go by, 18 months go by, I'm down to not having no more money no more. I needed to make money. I got a job. I started having the job to be able to make money coming in. I would get a job at nighttime so I could still focus in the morning, still do what I needed to, and just focus. Money started coming in. And it got to the point of me actually being able to focus again. It got to the point of me being able to actually make money trading because I wasn't forcing it no more. I wasn't chasing the money. I wasn't sitting there trying to force something. I wasn't forcing trades. I didn't need the money no more. If I woke up and I didn't see a trade, that's cool. I still can go to work later on at night. I can still bring the money coming in. I can still afford bills. I can still afford my car. I still afford rent. I can still afford all these things. You understand? So that's when we get to a point of me getting back on the train again, me getting back in the flow of it. I already had the trading skill. I already had the experience. I already knew I could trade. I just didn't have the funds to be able to fund it. I didn't have the accounts. I didn't have the capital. No matter how good of a trader you are, if you don't have the capital, what are you going to do? Yeah, you could try to grow a $10 account, but in reality, you can't do that sustainably. You can't do that doing a consistent growing method that's going to be able to pay your bills. Yes, you could grow that $10 to $100, but what's that going to do for your bills? That's going to take time at the end of the day. You got to take into account you have losing days, you have bad days, you have winning days. That's how the game goes. And then I finally got to a point to where I had funding accounts. I had enough money saved again to where I could pay for my bills, and I went for it again. Like I told you guys, I've tried to become a full-time trader multiple times. Multiple times. Multiple times before the YouTube content. This is where we actually get to the point of me starting content. This was the last time. This was my final chance of, I've made the money before. I've had it all, lost it all, went back to square zero. And now I'm at the point of rebuilding it. But I knew I can't get comfortable this time. I knew what I needed to do. And I knew if I could just put myself in a position to make it, the only reason that I'm gonna fail is because if I don't put the work in, I made it so that the only one I could blame is myself. I put the things in place. I started the YouTube content. I started the daily vlogs. I started showing my trading results. That's what I didn't do before. I was making money trading, but I wasn't documenting it. I wasn't even showing the world. I was doing stuff that people would have wanted to see. I just hate the fact that I was living a great lifestyle for a year and I barely documented it all. I really did. I didn't document me getting my car. I didn't document me doing any of it. I had a little bit of it, but it wasn't to the extent of what I'm doing now. The daily vlogs, if I would have did them 2-3 years ago, I would have blew up. And I'm telling you guys, this is what you got to do. You got to lock in. Show your journey. Show what you're doing, because I promise you, if you can show what you do, if you can show the obstacles you've overcome, if you can show the skill sets that you have, if you can show the accomplishments of what you're doing just by documenting the process, I wake up every day and I simply show you what I do anyway. I don't go out of my way to record nothing. I don't. Maybe today's not a daily vlog, but 9 times out of 10, I'm not going out of my way to record nothing. I'm just showing you what I'm already doing. I'm documenting the lifestyle that I've lived, and I'm documenting exactly what I'm doing to get to the point that I want to get to. You need sustainability. You need to have consistency, whether that's have enough funding to be able to make 1% to 2% a month and be able to make enough money to pay your bills. Whether that's having a live account that makes it, if you make 10 to 20% a month, you could pay your bills. Depending on how much you risk per trade, how much you're aiming for per week, per month is going to decide if you're going to be able to have a life that you're able to pay for with your trading. Like I said, whether it's having prop firms, whether it's having a live account. As long as you have funding for your accounts, as long as you have money coming in so you can consistently keep trying to up your capital, keep funding your accounts if you need to, keep learning, getting education so that you can keep improving, so that you can put yourself in a position to win, so that you can put yourself in a position to make money long term. You're not going to be able to do that with a $10, $100 account consistently. It's just not going to happen. Yeah, you could try to flip it, but guess what? If you're flipping it, you're risking a lot. If you risk a lot, it only takes a couple trades before what? You blow the account. That's just what happens. The main moral of the story is I became a full-time trader multiple times. But the main thing that I learned every time was I need to have money coming in. I need to have external money coming in to keep me stable so that I can focus and lock in. And then once you have that money, once you have the time, you got to keep focused. That's what I didn't do when I moved to Tampa the first time. When I moved here, I didn't lock in. I didn't focus up, and I didn't just live below my means. I didn't. That's not what happened. But this time I did. When I left my job, I got a new apartment cheaper. Less money than it was before. So I had money to be able to consistently pay for funding accounts so that if I failed them, I can keep paying for them without having to go out of my way to take money out that I need for bills, to take money I need to pay for my car. And then from that point, I locked in with the YouTube videos. I started documenting my journey every single day. I started showing you guys the process, and I've built incomes strictly from showing you what I do. I made $2,000 this month just from my YouTube videos. That's how much I was making working at UPS. I want you guys to really keep that I want that to sink in. I made as much as I did from UPS working all month, that part-time, this month, documenting me trading, documenting me showing you what I do, documenting me looking at apartments because I'm simply following the process that works. I'm simply focused and locked in every day. Even though there's not a daily vlog today, just because I was throwing up last night and I'm a little sick today being Labor Day and I was kind of taking a day off, I wanted to still make this video and I wanted to give value and explain to you guys, you can do it too. I'm no different than you. Anything I do, you can do. You know why? Because I'm no different. You can do it. But I don't want to yap your heads off. That's how I became a full-time trader. And this is just the beginning. Soon I'm gonna have a new apartment. Soon I'm gonna be doing bigger things. Soon I'm gonna be taking these funded accounts. I'm gonna be putting so much money into live accounts, doing account flips. I'm gonna be doing so much. Trust. A lot is coming soon, and these daily videos are coming because I'm going to continue to give value, continue showing you what I'm doing, showing you the L's, showing you the W's, the trials and errors. And for the people that are new, go watch the old videos. All the W's, all the L's are all there. I don't just show you the W's. I show you everything. I don't win every day, and I document that. So go check it out, and I advise you guys to do the same thing. Check out the free trading course if you want to learn my free trading style, free trading concepts, exactly how I trade for free trading course, free trading webinars. Go check it out. It's in the description. And if you want to learn how to trade, if you want to live trade with me, join VIP. We live trade on a day-to-day basis, and we have weekly sessions every weekend on money, mindset, and trading, on everything you need to know on how to be a day trader and how to navigate the markets with proper money management, proper risk management, all the above. Stay safe, stay productive, and I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow for our live trading.